If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. In addition to that, Anchor will distribute your podcast for you, so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many other platforms. Why not check it out today? Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. Good day, good morning, good evening, good afternoon. I like to greet you properly depending on what time and where you are listening from. So, happy Mother's Day or belated Mother's Day. It's Monday. Good mood Monday. But that was to the moms. I hope you had an amazing day on purpose. I know I did. It was absolutely refreshing. It was awesome. It was a breath of fresh air. And I'm just super thankful. And today is another day to live your life on purpose. I am motivated. I am inspired. I am ready. And this message, this podcast episode, however you want to take it, this is for the person that is really excited about the process. You know, trusting the process is really everything. Like, you can't allow yourself to focus on exactly what you see, which is a part of the faith walk. But you have to really start to embrace and enjoy it, because I can give you a guarantee that when you really start applying the new things in your life, or you start living your life on purpose, it's going to go fast. Like it's going to, I can't say fast because I don't know if I can put a level or measure of speed on trusting the process. It's just enjoying where you are. I've been listening to a lot of my mentors, and everybody is on fire. Like, I keep saying that because it's amazing how the Ruach HaKodesh is moving throughout his people, throughout his kingdom, throughout his children. People are saying literally not the same thing, but things on the same lines, because it's confirmation in people's lives, and it's what the Father wants us to hear. And as I come on here on Mondays just to motivate you, just for you to stay focused, for you to remember, like, it's only Monday. Get in a good mood, tighten up, forget about those things that may have worn you out, stressed you out, put you in this bad mental place. Forget about all that stuff. It doesn't matter. What matters is fighting for the purpose that God created you to fulfill. That's what matters. So if this is for you, get out your feelings and get it done. There's no more excuses. There's no more time to waste. You know, tomorrow we're going to pick up on time. So I just shared this to say, don't get upset or go into that place of depression, because the Father is showing you who you are. As God shows you who you are, believe it and start working on what you need to work on to fulfill who He created you to be. It's not going to be easy. You have to look at those in the Bible that came before us. Their stories were not easy. However, God, as He says in His word, the burden the burden is heavy, but my yoke is easy. It's something like that. Find the scripture, put it in the description box. Well, not description box, because I haven't posted it yet, but I'm going to ask that question. What's the scripture? And I want you to find it. So I had to say that to myself because I want to write it down, so when I do finish, I can make sure that I post what's the scripture. And it's the one that talks about where God makes the burden that's placed on your life easy. It's basically describing that, and it talks about the yoke and all of that. So I need you to find it and put it in there. I don't care how many times it shows up. You know, if you're really focused, if you're really trying to get things done, and this is for you, and you heard that scripture, you need to read it and find it for yourself so that it sticks. And understand that your ways are not His ways. And that goes for the good and the bad. We are created in his image. However, we are a work in process. We have to trust his process. So I say all this to encourage you. Don't beat yourself up because you're realizing that you don't like where you are, or you started a new journey, or, God gave you a glimpse of who he created you to be, but you're not there and it's uncomfortable. Celebrate that uncomfortableness. Don't get stuck, but celebrate it, because the uncomfortableness is it's like an identifying source, or it's like an indicator. That's the word I'm looking for. It's an indicator that something's not right. You're not too far gone to where it's been diagnosed as a problem or a disease in aspect when you look at this in comparison to the medical world. But there is a problem because there's a symptom, and basically the indicator is the symptom that something in your life is this ain't right, or you've already leveled up a little bit, but God is showing you, okay, well, honestly, child, son, daughter, I could have you here if you would see what I'm trying to show you about you, remove that very thing that I've been telling you to do, and you will be exactly in the position that you're supposed to be in. And not only be in that position, but you can enjoy the process of getting to your fulfilled purpose, because you're working on the thing that's not comfortable. Let's get to the chase. Like, once you start realizing, okay, I have a problem, I'll speak for myself. We'll be transparent. As I say, we're winning together. Weight loss for me. I suffer with PCOS, which is a hormonal balance where I could use every excuse in the book to not work on maintaining a healthy lifestyle. Just because I have the symptoms of a condition does not give me the excuse to keep eating sugar. The doctor already told me that sugar is not the move for you, ma'am. So why would you keep eating sugar? Because, one, I'm made out of people. It's not to justify it, but this is to show an example of how we can sometimes get complacent in the uncomfortable place instead of allowing that uncomfortable place to be the indicator that you need to make a change, and not be discouraged by what I've shown you, but believe me and work on it. So I've been working on it, and I'm going to continue to work on it, not because of vanity, but because of health. So what in your life that is uncomfortable? Some of you, it may be the job that you work for. You can't stand it. However, you see the indicator of, this is not what I should be doing every day. This is not how I should be spending, on an average, 160 hours a month doing. Okay, write your resume. Get somebody else to help you. There's services for everything. If you can't do it, find someone to help you. And if all fails, teach yourself. Get a book, or now you have audio, or get on YouTube. However, use that indicator to push you, and not, what is it? If it's not, like, basically don't let the indicator hinder you, but use it as a help to be like, all right, I know I'm uncomfortable. I know I don't like this. And I know I see what'll happen if I change it. And I know what I've heard. Okay, well, baby steps. Sometimes it's baby steps and sometimes it's not. Allow the Father to show you that. But as a Monday, Good Mood Monday message for today is, I may have said this before, I don't know, but it has been in my spirit, and I know the Father put it there. When he shows you who you are, believe it. Just like we talk about the red flags in another person, like, oh, when God show you, this is for my women, because in the single world, we hear this a lot from married women and single women and other men, married men, single men, whatever. But when we hear the term, when God shows you who they are, as in the red flags, you supposed to get out of there. What about the green and white flags? What about the yellow flags? If you see a yellow flag, if you see a green flag, and this is looking at yourself. We ain't looking at nobody else. God is not putting you in the position to work on anyone else's purpose unless you're starting to fulfill your own, honestly. Yes, you are your brother's keeper, and we are to help and to mentor. We're supposed to help through life experiences. However, some of us are afraid to take that time to be alone for God to work on you so that you can help the people that you're supposed to be helping without creating a toxic or chaotic experience for that person, because they're constantly comparing your words to your life, and they're like, hold the flip up. How am I going to... Y'all like that? Hold the flip up. I don't do too much cursing. I try not to. Cursing usually rises when I'm really upset. Somebody has put me on fire. So I just say that, yeah. Don't laugh at when y'all hear me say flip, biscuit, all that. I say it. So back to what I was saying, understanding that when God shows you who you are, believe it. If he showed you that you are an amazing designer, be that designer that he created you to be. Yeah, you might be working on somebody's railroad, or I'm just pulling out professions because if this message is for you, you're going to receive the bits and pieces that you need to receive. If God showed you something wild about your life and you can't share it yet, or you might supposed to share it here and there. However, as you study his word, you'll see the stories of his people. And a lot of us are descendants of those people. So you gotta look at Moses. Dude stuttered. Dude, he was abandoned. He was an orphanage. He was raised in a palace, but he came from a broken place. But however, God used him to lead so many people out of bondage, out of slavery. And you might be that person in your family, in your group, in your circle of your friends, of your coworkers, whoever. Whatever the purpose that God has showed you, don't be afraid of it. Stand up on it and believe who he showed you who you are. Don't be like the man that received one talent and figured, oh, well, I only got one and the rest of the group got multiple, so I'm going to just hide mine because mine doesn't matter. No, sir, his mattered too. He didn't use it. How would you know the value of what you are if you don't apply it, if you don't start using it? Okay, God may have given you a vision or a dream, or may have shown you your purpose, and you may have received it a different way, but then he starts opening up doors that are... Okay, let me actually define that before I say opening up doors. An open door from the Father is no confusion. It's that simple. A lot of doors that open that come with chaos, confusion, stress, and the things that are not added when you start being in the kingdom, then that you have to start evaluating the source of, is that a good thing or is that a distraction? But we're talking about if doors start opening and they are definitely confirmed from God because they're peaceful. There's no stress added. Yes, you're going to still have to work. You're going to still have to do some things, but the steps are ordered. All you got to do is just follow the lines, follow the next step. It's amazing. When you line up according to your purpose, things just start coming together. Because you're not walking by sight, you're walking by faith, and you're not walking by fear. So you're not supposed to see how it's going to go down. So it's Good Mood Monday. I'm not going to be on here long. I just want you all to understand. Believe who God called you to be. Believe who he's showing you that you are. Don't get comfortable being in the uncomfortable place by reacting with a negative reaction. Start taking positive action. This is for you today. It's okay. God showed you, all right, you a mess right now. Or you're in transition and you're not where you used to be, but you might be a little like, I can't get this one thing to go away, or I don't know where to go, or which is my next step. All right, sit down, pay attention to what he is showing you about you, and allow him to help you. Because if you could do it in your own strength, then you wouldn't need him. Even Christ, before he died on the cross, wanted the cup to be removed from him. So why do you think that you're not going to be attacked just like that? It's okay. It's a Good Mood Monday. Forget about all that. Somebody made you hot this morning. Forget that, man. Who cares? Let them be in their feelings, pray for them, and carry on. Today is going to be a good day on purpose, and if you're about to lay down as you're listening to this, it's still about to be a good day on purpose. You going to bed saying, you know what, my mind, all right, I forget all that stuff. I'm going to trust the plan that God has for me. I know who God showed me that I am, and I'm going to believe it. And until I see it, I'm going to believe it. I had to say it again, but a little bit different. But yeah, again, I hope you're having a good mood. If you're not, get in one now. It's Good Mood Monday, y'all. Good day.